Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Everett again, and a quick video on fraction operations. This video should help you get ready for both the formative and the summative fraction quizzes. Formative on Thursday and the summative on Monday. I'm taking it from this document, the one we went out in the hallway and worked on the problems. I'm only going to do about 4, maybe 6, and it should really help you for both summative and formative exam. All right, so we had problem number 4. Justin has 8 pies. He wants to share them equally, cutting each pie in fourths. How many slices of pie can he share? The next one says Justin ate 1/4 of a pie. If there are 8 slices of pie, how many slices did Justin eat? So you still have the 1/4 in both of those. And you have the 8 pies. Well, one has 8 slices and one has 8 pies. So how do you know if you're multiplying or dividing or doing anything like that? All right, Justin has 8 pies. He wants to share them equally, cutting each pie in fourths. How many pieces of pie can he share? So one of the key words here is equally, and I saw a couple of students draw a pie, cut it in fourths, draw a pie, cut it in fourths, draw a pie, cut it in fourths. So this is like when I began my lesson on dividing fractions. I'm taking 8 pies and separating into equal groups of 1/4. So I have to multiply by the multiplicative inverse. That gives me 32 pieces of pie. Okay, so this was a division problem because I'm sharing it equally. I'm sharing 1/4 of a pie equally among people, so it's division. Now, this says Justin ate 1/4 of a pie. And I believe I told you before, anytime you have fraction followed by the word of, you're pretty much guaranteed that that is multiplication. So he ate 1/4 of 8 slices. So that's 1/4 times 8 slices, which is 1/4 times 8, which is 8 divided by 4, which is 2 slices. So 2 problems that seem somewhat similar, but one was division and one was multiplication. Look at a couple more. All right, so we have Linda's container of cranberry juice holds 200 milliliters. She wants to equally share it using smaller containers of 12.5 milliliters. How many people can she share it with? Here we have Linda's container of cranberry juice. We still have 200 milliliter cranberry juice container. Now Harry has one that holds 7/8 as much. How many milliliters of juice does Harry's container hold? So we have 200 milliliter container in both of these. This one's comparing Harry's to hers, and this one she's effectively pouring out cranberry juice from hers. So you could say, well, I'll take 200 and subtract 12.5 until there's nothing. Well, that might take you a while, but what do we know? That division is a fast way of subtracting. All right, so this is a division problem because I can keep subtracting until I get to 0, or I can divide. So this one is 200 divided into equal groups of 12.5. So we follow the process. We convert our whole number into an improper fraction. We convert our mixed number into an improper fraction. And what a lot of you are doing is you're trying to do 2 things at one time and making this mistake. I'm going to take my time. So now that I have them both converted, now I can take the multiplicative inverse and multiply it. 25, it simplifies for 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16 people. She can share with 16 people. Now this one doesn't say the word of, but it says holds as much, 7/8 as much. This is also multiplication. So this one is 200 times 7/8 because it's going to be basically 7/8 of 200 because his is going to be a little bit smaller than hers. So we're going to multiply that. Same process, 200 to 1, 7/8, except in this one we don't flip because we're not dividing. So I'm going to simplify this. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 goes into 250 times. I can go, I'm sorry, 2, did that wrong. 2 goes into, no, that's right. And now 2 goes into 2, 1, and 25. So I have 25 times 7, 3, 175. So Harry's container is 175 milliliters. I think I spelled that wrong last time. Okay. Alrighty. What are we, 6 minutes? Maybe we can finish both of these. All right, then I measured a piece of paper, 8 inches by 10.5. What's the area? All right, so area we know is length times width. They tell me the length and they tell me the width. Straight multiplication. So 8 times 10.5, convert to an improper fraction. 21 halves. There's no multiplicative inverse in this one. 84. 84 inches squared. Okay. Now the next one is also an area problem, but they tell me what my area is. Right? So my area is 96 1/4. My length is 8 3/4. Well, in order for me to find the width, I have to do width is going to be area divided by the length. And we showed that when we did in class the fact family. So my width is going to be 96 1/4 divided by 8 3/4. 96 times 4 is 24. 36, 38 plus 1, 385 fourths. A lot of you are forgetting to add your numerator. Divided by 35 fourths. And a lot of you are trying to do 2 things at once and forgetting to flip or something else. So now I'm going to take my multiplicative inverse. Cancel, cancel. And I believe 385 divided by 35 is 11, if I remember correctly. 1, 35, 35, 11. So my answer is 11. The width is 11 centimeters. Okay, so ask for the area, length times width. It asks for the width. I divide the area by the length. Yep, that's it. So just want to give that to you so you have something to practice with. Tomorrow's test is only on division, but Monday's test is on division and multiplication, so you need to be able to differentiate between the 2 types of problems. All right, see you tomorrow.